How you doing?
Doing well, how are you?
Mike Mister.
Deputy Day.
Yeah, so got about 10 after they showed up.
Okay, so we got 5.
I talked to him and I walked down there and he asked me, he said, show me where the line is. And so I took him down and I said, look, you know I can't show you a hard line. One thing, the coast is like this. 2, it's not the mean water line. I don't have the gear to locate that for you. And I don't have a copy of the survey with me. I said, but it's accessible with the Walton County property appraiser. So he said, well, show me where I'm supposed to be. So I showed him. He said, so I can be here. I said, yes, sir, you can be there on the wet sand. And then he goes here and says, it's over here. No, sir, over here. Okay, well, then I'm just going to sit wherever I want. So then we went and set this stuff up. And I said, you know, sir, have a nice day. And I just got away from him and called y'all.
It is the same person from yesterday?
Yes, it's Mr. Uhlfelder.
Okay. Could you speak up?
Mr. Uhlfelder.
Okay, thank you.
Daniel Uhlfelder. Uhlfelder. Yeah, it's him, and every once in a while somebody else will walk up and join in.
Okay. Okie doke. All right, we'll go talk to him.
Thank you. Morning, everybody.
Good morning, how are y'all?
Hey, Deputy McIntosh, Walton County Sheriff's Office. This is Deputy Day.
Hi, good morning.
Mr. Uhlfelder, I believe we had the pleasure of talking yesterday.
We did, yeah, good to see you again.
What's going on today?
I don't know, I didn't call you here.
I realize that. We were called by the security who acts on behalf of the HOA. He said basically it was the same thing as yesterday. You came down, he talked to you, you asked him where you could sit. He said you could sit in the wet sand. He said, well, if I don't want to sit in the wet sand, I want to sit up here. He said you'd be trespassing.
No, that's not accurate. And I asked him to draw a line where I could sit, and then he would not do that. So he didn't show me. I said, where is the private property versus the public property? And he could not tell me. So I said, I said, you need to know where the line is so I can figure out what you think is private versus not. And he did not do that. He said, have a good day. That was it.
My stuff's right here.
Okay. I just don't like people behind me.
There's a whole bunch of people behind
No.
They weren't part of this group. Are you part of this group? Are you with these guys?
Like a line.
Okay.
A line in the sand where I can sit, and he would. You can go out.
Because each state parcel show a line that goes.
He told me to look at the. He told me to look at the property appraiser site.
And this line goes right through here, so it's like if they can define exactly where that is, and they can't define it, so they need to define where that is.
I said, do you have a
We're not
survey?
worried about the parcel line, though. We're worried about the mean high water line.
Can you show me where the private property versus the public property is? Can anyone show me?
Then you're trespassing.
No, but I just want.
For
Can
the
somebody show?
sake of our discussion, it's the same as yesterday. It's the wet sand.
Can somebody draw a line for tell us where we can sit?
The wet sand. That's the line.
It's okay. Let's go see where it is. Okay. Okay, I got about 10 people, so can you just... Where's the line?
Today, that's the line. That's the wet sand.
How long does it go, though?
Wherever the water comes up.
Okay, so from right here...
So it
Look that direction.
2 feet that way, 2 feet
Okay,
that
so
way.
this is where I can sit, right here.
You can follow. Yep.
Okay, for how long?
Come up right there.
Stop.
Look at that. Come
I
up.
went up, okay, I can go up, okay.
Literally, you're following.
Hey, Jeff. Look down the beach, you can see it. It meanders and it moves constantly.
So I can sit right here.
Okay, like if you look that way, and you look that way, you can see the line that we were drawing. You can see
That line just got evaporated though, so.
And at that point, I believe the tide might be coming in for that line to shift upward.
I just want to put my stuff down and go on the beach. How long does it move?
So if you were to set your stuff right here, the back of your chair was right there, you are perfectly fine. You will not get any.
All my stuff's gonna get wet.
I realize that.
Okay, so I can put it right here.
You can put it right there. Now let's say the tide's coming in.
Well, I don't know where, but down there. Okay.
Okay.
So let me just keep going here.
So right here, look at this. Here, look at this. So, look at this. Let me show you this example.
Okay, right here.
Okay, that you can still see the remnants of your line, right?
Okay, so
Well, look, the tide actually come up a little bit, so your line actually shifted a little bit. Now I know that's confusing. It is confusing, but that's the definition of wet sand.
okay.
So if the water, so I can feel the water came all the way up here.
I can see that. I can
One from all the way.
right here. This is right here.
I mean, this is what house right here.
Okay.
You can see it.
Right here.
Not a big traffic laws. Color is concerned for safety.
That's wet. Like you saw where the water just came up. That's the wet sand.
See, if you look down the beach, when the water leaves, you see that sheen? That's
So
it.
that's where we have to be, huh?
It meanders.
So I'm against the law, is what you're saying.
This is the line. Like where the water lasts. We can sit where the water lasts. We can sit on this side of the okay. What happens when it dries?
Then it's not wet.
Do we just gotta move it out?
You move in or you move out with it. Look, it just came up, so you could actually move.
So I just spent all the time saying.
I mean, you don't have to physically draw a line. You can see where the water is. You don't have to physically have a line present.
Here.
Yep, absolutely.
So in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
There's more water up here.
So if the water came all the way up to the chair, that's wet sand.
Okay. That's confusing. And if I don't sit there, what happens?
It's not.
So
but it's not
what if
that
the governor
confusing.
said it's like private, like public beach? The governor just signed
He
that.
didn't make all the beaches public. His executive order was stating that people should have the right to access public beaches.
But this is public according to the
That's
parcel
public.
line. The parcel lines here that prove exactly where their property lines or their tax
the
dollars
problem-
end,
the
like
problem-
midway through the beach.
The problem with the website, the photos on the websites, is you just can't get to the scale to
So
find
they
the
need to show us
landmark.
where that is.
I think it would be easier. Do they have a survey?
Like the governor saying
for
that
the
access
sake-
to the public property.
For the sake of our discussion today, this is our mark.
Okay, for the rest of the day, from here forward,
Wet sand. Not
You're
where I
trying
put my
to-
foot.
what-
I'll just say my foot was a representative of
from this point till the
wet
end of the
sand.
day, I can sit here. Right.
Wet sand, absolutely.
Okay.
If it's
my
wet
spot.
sand.
If it's wet sand.
But what if? Okay.
So look, it is. Will you agree with me that there is a distinct line at this specific location? It is actually
Not
come up.
anymore.
There's two. Forget the line part. Okay?
Okay.
I'm not a lawyer. I'm a cop.
Okay.
Forget the line. I'm just using it as a term.
Okay.
You will agree with me that there is a mark in the sand where the water has come up and touched the sand, correct?
Yeah.
How does that differ though from what the governor's order where it says we could be on public beaches? Is this the only public beach? So that's not public.
The wet sand is public. The dry sand is still private.
So what the governor said is no different than what it already existed anyway. It's exactly the same as it was
His
before.
executive order did not make anything a public beach. It just
So
stated
nothing
access-
changed. Basically nothing changed with the executive order.
understand that, but like, you're making a way bigger deal for the sake of you feeling like you're making a big deal. Right, but you're making a big deal for the sake of you feeling like you're making a big deal. I get that, but like, the phone, the whole charade, you're making
It's not a charade. We're trying to protect the beaches that we've had. It's not a charade. It's not a charade. What's a charade are the people that go in and lobby other people that we don't know
Okay,
about
well, I guess-
under us to take the beaches away.
I'm sorry y'all got called out here.
That's a charade. And this is the same charade we are doing. We are doing the same charade.
And documenting this so that the government can do it. And then there's
Were we bothering anybody?
Apparently there was one homeowner.
Where is he? You have your opinion, fine. We have our opinion, and we think this is the right thing to do.
I don't have any of them.
But you have an opinion.
I'm just watching it as my kids drift in. I mean, there's people with cameras and stuff. That's kind of weird,
And don't get it.
you know?
I have a question.
No, I would watch your footage before it happened.
I have a question.
Thank you for your time. Okay.
That's why I came up. Like, kids drifting into people with cameras. That's kind of weird.
They have a camera there 24 hours a day running security. You're being recorded right now by
So go talk to them about a camera.
Yes, did you know that?
How is that fine?
Okay.
How is that
Did
fine?
they tell you they were doing that? They're recording all of these people are being recorded by Vizcaya. So I appreciate your concern, but we have, and maybe you want to go back to the child. And if you're worried about recording, it's America. Everyone's recording.
So you just told him to go back and enjoy the beach, implying that he wasn't enjoying the beach by his current status of taking place in a conversation on the beach?
I'm not enjoying the beach now. No, not when y'all showed up. No. So I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not trespassing. I'm not leaving. So, you know, I've done nothing wrong here. So
I think the bottom line is just like getting a definitive answer.
I'm gonna go back and sit down.
We know you guys are just doing your job. We totally get that. But like to document like what's actually like, because the governor's saying we can access public beach, and when there's actually parcel land showing what's a public beach, this public beach goes halfway up here. We have like parcel lines as taxpayers. I'm paying tax for this, so why can't I enjoy my beach? That's the only issue. We totally know you guys are just doing your job. I get it. It sucks that you guys have to do this. We just want like a clear, definitive answer, and there's not one. And their HOA hasn't defined where that line is. Especially if this is public beach, according to the county, you know?
All right. Excuse me.
All right. So where are we at? What can we do to resolve this situation today? Because I'll be honest with you, I'm hot. I've got all this gear on. I can't get in the water like you. I'm hot. I want to be done and over with this. What can I do to
Get some water.
I appreciate it.
No, here, have a
No,
water.
I've got some in my car. I appreciate it.
Get out of the shade. I mean,
But what can I do so that we can leave with this situation resolved?
I didn't call you here.
I know. That the security on behalf of the HOA was who called.
I would ask them if they are suggesting that I'm trespassing. I would like some proof of
What that
I don't
they're
have
not
that.
required to show that to you though, okay?
Well, if you're gonna, well,
They've proven it to us.
okay.
That's the thing.
Okay, so you think I'm trespassing?
They've proven their boundaries. They've provided us with the documents in the past.
Can I look at the document?
No.
Oh, I can't.
I'm not required to provide them to you at this time. If you want to see them, you can do a public records request. Absolutely. It's up to you as the citizen to be informed of where the private property and where the public property is.
What laws and regulations are when you go to an area?
Okay, so
that's
am I
our
not?
due diligence to look at the county website to see where the
But the problem with that again too is, well, looking at a picture, sometimes they're skewed. You can't get accurate marks to actually line up.
I get the ambiguity, I do.
But
It's ambiguous, but I think that ambiguity is somewhere within this area, not
I'm just
that
looking
area.
at my city representative said they're not going to let some nut get somebody arrested who comes to the beach. That seems to be what's happening right now. Brad Drake said that. I mean, he said his interpretation of the governor's executive order is I don't see this as allowing some nut to cause somebody to call. Am I disturbing anybody? Am I causing any damage?
But the problem you're not. But the problem is
So why are you?
is
why are y'all
that
bothering
you're
me?
on private property.
Okay.
The governor's executive order clearly stated public beaches. This, unfortunately, where we're at is not a public beach.
I disagree. I guess.
If we were on the west end of the county, everything west of Topsail State Park, those beaches have been renourished. All those beaches that were renourished with state money,
I guess the
those
problem,
all became public
I
use.
guess the problem with when we did, I don't have a clear understanding as to where the boundary line is.
That's why we're telling you it's the wet sand.
That did not
But
really clarify.
I don't understand how it didn't clarify. It's wet sand, it's dry sand. If it's
Because the
dry
wet
sand,
sand
it's
moves.
trespassing.
It
If
keeps
it's wet
moving.
sand, then you move with it. That's
I have to
understandable.
move with the shore.
You don't have to move every time the water comes up, goes out. But if you're sitting in a spot where the water has been, and then an hour later, oh geez, the water's way back here. Let me scoot back some more, get some more beach. Or gee, the
I'm
water's
just confused
I
because
think
the
in
governor
order to
wrote
have
that
a
letter that
trespass-
said we have access to the public beach, and that
public
public
This is
beach.
public.
But according to the survey land, it is. Like that survey,
again,
and so that's why, like, until they can prove where that line is, then it's okay. But the governor and the county as a taxpayer is showing that this is our property.
But
I get it. If I'm climbing on the dunes,
the
like
problem is looking at a picture on a website.
it's pretty accurate though.
You can't take measurements. You can't find the markers of where that line, where they start at that line, where it ends. You actually need to have that document in your hand.
And so that's their problem to do that.
No, it's yours. It's just like if you're driving down the road and you don't know what the speed limit is, it's your responsibility to look for a speed limit sign. It's
to know the law.
But yeah, and that sign is there, and the sign is documented. But here, there's no documented.
Their private property signs are posted right there.
Say that one more time, please.
The state representative, do you have my?
It's your phone's in the.
He said that his interpretation of the executive's order is some nuts not going to be able to throw somebody off the beaches.
Off public beaches.
And this is still a public beach according to those property lines.
He said the beach.
Well, unfortunately, he can't supersede the governor's order. We know that. I mean, just like I can't supersede a state law.
Okay, so what are my options here? I'm not sure.
We're requesting, just like yesterday when we talked to you yesterday, if you sit in the wet sand, we're happy. They're happy. You're still at the beach enjoying this day. You're still in the water.
We're not happy.
But you're at the beach. How could you not be happy about that?
Sitting on an angle where the water is? No, this is, you know,
This is where I've been
if
sitting on
we're
the
talking about happiness, this is not happiness. If that was even brought up, you know that
Well,
this isn't happiness for anybody.
And I'm just doing this like in case like we have family and friends that come down, like my wife, you know, like what's going to happen to them. Like I don't care about myself right now. I want to just know firsthand what we can and can't do. But from our renters and people that come through, like, and the rest of this whole 30A, like we need to tell them distinctively like what can and can't happen.
Well,
and this is the experience that they're going to have
I'll be honest with
firsthand.
you, not all property owners are this adamant about protecting their rights. I've spoken to several property owners really close to here that said, I don't want people on my beach. I don't mind it. Now, you're going to get some.
The next person buys the house from them and then takes the property.
You're going to get some that are very adamant about protecting their rights.
I've had some on calls before where I know some folks that said, hey,
just
if you need somebody that needs a beach to go to, send them to my place. I don't care how many people show up.
Yeah.
And then you just tell the guy when, you know.
Hey, bud.
You know what can happen from that?
Yeah.
Good thing Brian brought these back. He doesn't want to lose these in the ocean.
You guys watch out for jellyfish.
Are they back now?
I took a kid yesterday, went into anaphylaxis. They were diving at 50 feet at Grayton. And he was about his age. He got stung around the neck and shut him down. They actually took him to Birmingham special.
Really?
Yeah, he's on a ventilator right now.
Oh man, good to know.
So their jellyfish are out there pretty strong.
Do you know if
They
they're
were
those
55.
red clear ones?
I don't know which ones they were.
It's good to know.
If you're
Thanks,
willing
man.
to take that chance, that's fine. Okay? What, like I said, to end the situation, the most peaceful resolution is the same resolution that we came to yesterday.
Is that the best? Is that the right resolution?
For today, it has to be. It's private property.
So you would arrest me for trespassing a misdemeanor?
It's private property.
What would you be charging me?
Trespass.
And would you book me?
If a warrant got approved, yes, you'd be arrested.
But
You'd turn yourself into the jail, but you would have to be fingerprinted, mugshot, and all that. But yes.
Okay.
What if then you found out that you're actually in public beach property by surveying that?
Then the state attorney's office would drop the charges.
And they'd pay me for all the damages they caused.
You'd have to take that up with them.
Or they would pay the damage. That just gets confusing.
I mean, I don't understand what's confusing. There's dry sand, there's wet sand.
But there's also public beach, and there's.
This isn't public. That's the problem. This
but the
isn't public.
That line went. It wasn't even. It wasn't even an argument. It went halfway through the beach. Like half was right and half wasn't.
I saw the same picture, but that's the problem. It's a picture. We don't have the actual document in our hand. Now the problem with that too, I'm not a survey reader.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't go to school to read surveys, to do surveys, or anything like that. If the homeowners have provided the required documentation that shows that this is their land,
then I think that's what they need to provide before they can actually.
They provided it to us. That's the thing.
When?
They don't have to provide it to you.
When did they provide it?
Then where's that document that shows where that line is?
Public records request.
When did they provide
And this
that
is
to
public records. Like that's a public.
The
record.
actual document in hand, not a picture.
When did
got
they
a picture
provide
of it.
to you? Can you tell me that at least when they provided
It's been provided. I can't tell you the exact
You've
date.
seen it then? Okay.
So it's probably got to be in the courthouse because that's all public information.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Have they ever arrested anybody else here?
Here?
Have you specifically arrested
I
anybody
haven't.
here?
Okay. All right, so I don't know what they want to do. So you got to get a warrant. That's going to take a while. How long do you think it take?
A week.
A week? Okay, so I can stay here till.
Well, I'm gonna get my son's haircut. I just wanted to know what was going on.
I stayed in Boulder area, but then when we bought the house,
Is that the choice that you want to make today?
I don't want to be arrested. No.
I don't want to arrest you. We're just asking.
Okay, so you can. Will you point? What do you, Justin? Are you gonna move or?
What's that?
It says if we don't move, they're gonna ask for a warrant.
I'm not moving.
Okay. Well,
Mr. Justin, can you provide your driver's license?
I'm leaving right now because I'm taking.
Can you have your driver's license, sir?
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. I'm taking my son away.
You want me to run him? You can do the talking. 328 Walton.
So this is the route that you want to take.
328 Walton. Tell us like tonight.
not really. No.
I don't
That's
know.
so far.
Like I said,
10-4, be switching over.
There, as an HOA, is not required. Your sand dollars getting covered up. The HOA is not required to.
328 Walton. 1065 to Florida 27.
Is there someone from the state attorney's office that I could talk to?
They have met the requirement for us.
Okay.
All right. It's up to you as a citizen to be informed of where you can be, where you can't be, public, private. And based on that, public records request to get your surveys.
We're just going to go.
all been
328 Walton.
courthouse.
Yeah, we heard you say that. I'm gonna go get it.
Just for the sake of argument, they provide that document.
1090 low volume.
Holy cow! That mean high water line it is out there. I've been wrong this whole time.
And for advice, so go ahead with your Florida 27.
First 27.
I just want to make sure we understand. You're going to stay. You're not
So far.
going to comply. You're not going to move to the wet sand.
Well, if you want to show me where I can move, let me consider.
We just
That'll
did
be
this
suspect
15
one.
minutes ago, but we'll do it again.
Is your address correct on
We
here?
did this yesterday, but we'll do it again.
Yes.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's my address.
Okay, thank
What's
you,
your
sir.
name again? Justin Goff. Nice to meet you.
1065 second,
You're a local artist?
27,
Cool.
Florida.
You are.
I've seen some of his stuff that's
How far, go ahead.
phenomenal.
I love local artists.
Second 27 will be.
And for 1023 return.
26. If you could notate in the CAD, both subjects have been advised that they have a trespass and are refusing to leave.
So far.
Atkinson said they weren't going to arrest people for this.
He said they will do what they need to do.
If I move, I mean, I don't want to get arrested.
But on the spot, no, we're not going to make an arrest on the spot. All right, we don't want to cause a scene. We don't want to drag you off.
Okay, so we're just going to go through the process, see if you get approved.
10-8, you can go ahead with your next call.
So, but all of that can be avoided.
Well, you're going to
I'm
have to
taking off. Thank you guys for your service. I get
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Appreciate
need
it.
some water.
All of that can be avoided.
So you're going to have to get a warrant, go to the state attorney.
Single 107.
That's perfect. Perfect down there. I mean, the whole thing can be avoided. And this was the same
Temporarily.
discussion.
I think this is
This was the same discussion we had yesterday with myself and Sergeant Henderson. It was the same
So far,
discussion.
Chewy,
The wet sand.
253 Open Gulf Street.
They
Call
have
advised
proven
against this address.
with
There
their
are vehicles blocking
documentation
the road.
that they're the property owners for this property.
All right. Well, you know,
Well, on the 380.
how long do I have to decide? I mean, this is kind of.
I'm getting ready to leave, so I mean, it would be awesome if you decided in the next minute or
55,
two.
no child. The village
I mean,
is
because
a
like I said,
mountain.
we've
got a
exhausted,
Camry white,
we've done as much as
no
we
airbags,
can.
no children.
You're,
Okay, but
you're
you're
not
not-
wanting
vehicles not
to
I'm not saying
to
I'm
move.
I need to know where to move. So.
I told you. I just told you. What's
Chula
What's
Walton,
that?
380
What's
came
that?
from right here.
So if I move there,
Move. If you moved right here. Look at. I mean, if you moved right here, boom, that's wet sand. Granted,
And for 2013.
you may not be happy, but you're still happy because you're at the beach. You're still enjoying it. The HOA is happy. They're not going to call us again.
Tell us at
This,
1028.
we don't want to be out here dealing with this,
but unfortunately,
3:28 good.
Okay, well, let me talk to him and see what, I mean, he's going to make his own decision.
10-4, your first Florida 26 returns back to it, Daniel Uhlfelder. Your second 27 returns back to it, Justin Jaffrey.
Let me talk to him and see what he wants to do, but I mean...
So
if he stays, are you staying? I mean, I don't, you can go, by all means, go talk to him.
I'll right back, okay.
I mean, like I said, I don't want to be here.
So, my definition, which the way it was explained to me, is you're looking at the water. You see the sheen, that's wet sand. As the sheen leaves, that's no longer wet sand. I'm getting the feeling he's not out here to enjoy the beach. I'm getting the feeling he's out here to make a martyr of himself and make a point. I mean, he told that other fellow that come up here and was asking questions about it. Why don't you just go on back to what you were doing and enjoy the beach?
The guy with the boogie board?
Yeah. And then I asked him, I said, did you just tell him to get back to what he was doing and enjoy the beach, implying that he wasn't enjoying the beach as a part of taking it, part of the conversation that we're having about us being out here?
Right.
He obviously is out here to prove a point. Does it look like to you that whatever that is moving? Maybe a school of milk.
Yeah,
That's a school of fish.
I can see that. It does look like it's moving, though.
It is moving. It was over there. I think it's a school of mullet or something. I don't think it's organized enough to be a shark.
Hey, Sarge. Just to give it a go. Initially, there was 5 of them. One left to be tried to go with a video thing. One didn't move. And then 2 Mr. Uhlfelder doing one. So he doesn't know where he can sit. I keep referencing the conversation we had yesterday.
Probably mullet.
Sure.
Probably a school of mullet.
Yeah, I think that's what you just said.
There's one other person.
That was the first thing that caught my attention.
I thought that was a massive ray at first. I was like, that's probably the biggest one I've probably seen.
Yes, so he's talking to him. Now I did have one of my residents yesterday see a jellyfish right out here. It's early, but they'll start popping up. Those you want to.
I had one sent to, actually he's in Birmingham now on a ventilator that got stung yesterday.
Really?
They're bad. They could be deadly. They can be.
Where were the sharks? Somebody said they reported a bunch of sharks yesterday. Where was that at?
I haven't seen those. I didn't hear about that. But after 7.5 years of working on the beach and patrolling the waters with vessels for Walton County, when I put in at Destin, I'd count any number between 1 and 100 just getting to the county line. And they generally stay. I followed them down the beach in my pickup truck with just enough water for their dorsal to come up, and they're still scraping the bottom, literally 6 inches off the sand. It's been a couple of years since I saw that, but they're looking for fish.
Most of the sharks that come right up through the the really bad will stay outside the bigger fish have to stay outside the sandbar because they can't breathe.
Well, I know that's when you fish, you want to make it, you want to try to cast all the way out to that back, that back sandbar off the drop, I think.
And if you keep your eyes peeled, yesterday I saw 2 of the dolphins too.
No kidding.
They'll stay usually right just outside the sandbar because they're chasing the bigger bait too.
On to 220.
Yes, I will. Yes.
All right. You have enough time to decide?
I think so. Okay. What's your decision?
Yeah. I think we're going to stay.
Okay. Yeah, so I want to make certain that you understand that by staying, going back to the discussion we had yesterday, the same thing.
Correction, Big
that
County,
by staying,
since
I
it's
will
over,
be applying warrant for your arrest.
he called his family today
For
was acting
trespassing.
upset.
Okay, you're applying. No. Okay.
Okay.
So if you're willing to take that chance, I mean, to me it seems like at this point.
Do you understand what he just explained?
I'm not even going to be on water. No.
Then why didn't you go to watercolor where you live?
That beach? He called his family today. Was accident way his family called it in.
Does it really matter?
I'm just asking. You pass numerous public beaches. Gulfview Heights, Blue Mountain, Ed Walton, Fort Panic.
We're still receiving. Looks like the subject checks himself in his journey
this one, knowing
this morning against the facilities
it's one of the hottest beaches in the county. If you didn't know it yesterday, why did you have the executive order in your hand?
Journey here.
That's neither here nor there. I'm just
I guess
stating the fact.
I kind of still believe we're America. I guess maybe I'm.
You're absolutely right. There's America.
Maybe I'm a little naive.
But it's a private beach.
I don't think so.
In America.
I don't think you've proven to me where the private beach is.
Yes.
I do not think so.
Yes. Again, it's up to you to be informed as to what is public, what is private. They have signs posted at both ends.
But they don't have a boundary line.
It goes all the way down.
You haven't shown me where the line ends. So.
And I'm not required to. I'm letting you know that they have fulfilled their requirements.
Okay,
to prove
that's
that
fine.
size.
All right. Well, y'all have a good day.
Okay. So are you staying?
I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna stay. Yeah. I mean.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You staying too, sir?
Yes.
Thank you very much.